This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Tuesday, November 14th, 2023. I'm Kate Sharon. By mid-December, the largest concrete skate park in Indiana is expected to open to the public in downtown Evansville. The 26,000 square foot attraction called Sunset Skate Park costs $1.7 million, including more than $800,000 in private funds. Steve Schaefer, Evansville Deputy Mayor and Interim Parks Director, said the city wanted to ensure a public-private partnership for the project that's been a long time coming for the skating community.
In general, the benefits of having a skate park is that it really reaches a demographic of the community that we really don't service, that don't have as many things to do. Because, in Evansville, and what we've heard from the public outreach that we did, is there's not a lot of skate parks in the area.
Lamasco Skate Park, a prefabricated setup with a lifespan of about 10 years, was constructed on Evansville's west side in 2001. Schaefer said an upgrade that's built to last is long overdue. Terre Haute-based First Financial Corporation will acquire and merge Tennessee-based Simply Bank into its ecosystem. First Financial is paying $718 per share, and the transaction is valued at $73.4 million. Simply Bank has $702 million in assets, 13 bank branches in Tennessee and Georgia, and one loan production office. First Financial will have consolidated assets of approximately $5.5 billion with the deal. The transaction is expected to close in the second quarter of 2024. Inflation in the United States slowed last month in a sign that the Federal Reserve's interest rate hikes are continuing to cool the customer price spikes that have bedeviled consumers for the past 2 years. Tuesday's report from the Labor Department showed that prices either fell or rose only slowly across a broad range of goods and services, including gas, new and used cars, hotel rooms, and housing. Overall inflation was unchanged from September to October, down the 0.4% jump from the previous month. Compared with 12 months ago, consumer prices rose 3.2% in October, down from the 3.7% rise in September and the smallest year-over-year increase since June. Excluding volatile food and energy prices, so-called core prices also weakened unexpectedly. They rose just 0.2% from September to October, slightly below the pace of the previous 2 months. Economists closely tracked core prices, which are thought to provide a good sign of inflation's future path. Measured year-over-year, core prices rose 4% in October, down from 4.1% in September. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Get ready, Indianapolis. IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the annual Engage Central Indiana event. It's presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. Wednesday, December 6th at the JW Marriott. We'll be diving into talent, education, and other issues shaping the Central Indiana economy. More at ibj.com/engage.
The Westfield City Council on Monday unanimously approved an ordinance to elevate the city to second-class status, making it the fourth Hamilton County city to do so. IIB's Alex Brown has more.
The council voted 7-0 to make Westfield a second-class city beginning January 1st, 2028. The change in status means voters in 2027 will elect a city clerk and 2 additional city council members, one at large and another representing a 6th district. Under the plan, the city's clerk-treasurer position will be eliminated and a newly established city controller will be recommended by the council and appointed by the mayor. Westfield is eligible to move from third to second-class city status because it crossed the population threshold of 35,000 that Indiana communities must have to be considered for second-class status. Today, Westfield's population tops 54,000. The city's growth has coincided with increased development, including the construction of Grand Park Sports Campus, which opened in 2014. Incoming Mayor Scott Willis and a completely new city council will be tasked with preparing Westfield's transition to second-class status. Willis is a current member of the city council. Indianapolis is the state's only first-class city, which requires a population of 500,000 or more. More than 24 cities in the state have second-class status, including 3 other Hamilton County cities that made the move in recent years due to population growth. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Crawfordsville native Kelly Price has been selected to lead the city's Fusion 54 co-working space. Price has worked for the city of Crawfordsville for 14 years, having worked most recently as the Director of Recreation and Fitness for the city's Parks and Recreation Department. Fusion 54 opened in 2018 and serves as a meeting space for several nonprofits, as well as the Crawfordsville-Montgomery Chamber of Commerce, the Montgomery County Visitors and Convention Bureau, and the Montgomery County Leadership Academy. Indianapolis-based Fire Dogs Junk Removal has acquired Lugaway of Boston. The acquisition took place on October 20th and allows Lugaway to retain its current branding, leadership, and employees, including 4 full-time workers. Fire Dogs also acquired the Connecticut-based Junk Bear in August. Fire Dogs is a veteran and firefighter-founded company operating with 13 locations in Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Texas, and now Connecticut and Massachusetts. Its CEO attributes a successful acquisition to the collaboration of Lugaway owner Steve Conroy. About 20,000 people now have access to broadband internet in Vanderburgh County after a $39 million AT&T fiber project was completed this month. The public-private initiative is part of a larger push to work with digitally unconnected areas and close their digital divide. Vanderburgh County used $9.9 million of American Rescue Plan Act funds, while AT&T contributed $29.7 million. This is the first public-private broadband project AT&T has completed since federal funds were made available to states in 2020. AT&T also announced it will contribute $50,000 to the Evansville-Vanderburgh School Corporation so it can provide digital literacy training and give out 400 free refurbished laptops to students and families. 23-year-old Carmel, Indiana filmmaker Ashton Gleckman is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Kate Sharon for Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.